What if I told you that your life is already perfect and you just don't see it? Well, I am living my perfect life, and I'm going to give you 3 ways that you can do it too. So this video is all about focusing on what's going right in your life instead of all the things that you say you want to manifest, and it's causing you to totally miss out on everything that's good. Those of you who don't know me, I'm Joanna M. Cameron. I'm a mental health therapist, a life coach, and I empower women to be, do, and have anything that they truly desire without the guilt. So stick with me, and I'm going to get you to your perfect life. The first thing that I want you to do is to focus on what is going right in your life. When we talk about manifesting a dream life, the first thing we're doing is we're trying to find things outside of what we already have to make our life perfect. The reason why we typically want to manifest things in our life is so that it can make our life better in a sense, or at least that's what we think. So the fact that you're just breathing and living and existing on this earth, you're going to continuously want new things. And that's what keeps the world going around. That's what it is that we're here for. The energy that we're putting out into the world to want new things, to desire new things because we see new things or we have experienced a taste of new things causing us to want different things. That energy is what continues to keep the world flowing. And so I'm not giving you this information telling you that your life is perfect so that you can stop wanting to manifest things. I'm telling you that your life is perfect so that you can bask in the joy and the goodness of that perfect life. I know it can get a little confusing, and I know sometimes people are afraid to say that their life is perfect or even feel too much gratitude for the life that they're currently living, because the fear is that if you're too settled in what you have, or you find that where you are is completely perfect for you, then anything that you want outside of that is not going to manifest, because why would the universe or God give you something more if you're saying that what you have is perfect? Well, it's actually possible to do both, and actually it's necessary to do both simultaneously. But to understand that your life is currently perfect, all you have to do is take an inventory of what you currently have. And even more than that, I want you to fine tune it down to the day that you're currently living in. We're constantly thinking about the next best thing and the next best moment instead of focusing on the day we're living in and the moments we're actually experiencing. I say my life is perfect because today when I got up, today was a good day. I slept well. I woke up and I had an amazing breakfast that was really good. And it was actually just leftovers from last night, which were also good last night. So I had this perfect meal when I woke up. My body didn't ache. I started to do things that felt good in the moment. I watched a little bit of TV. I made a couple of calls to schedule appointments of things that I want to try now that I'm living in my rich girl era. Go back and watch that video if you haven't watched that video, because I'm doing things that make my life feel rich. And I made a couple calls today that are only going to enhance that. So that was a good thing. That made me feel really positive. And I am focused on something that I'm really excited about doing tomorrow. So my thoughts, even in my present day, are focused on something that I already have planned for the next day. So that makes me feel even more positive about what's going on in my life. So if you just take an inventory of where you are in the present moment, and not even so much as just counting all your blessings about what you have, but just actually getting in touch with the mood that you're in, and you'll realize I'm doing pretty good. Today's a perfect day. This moment is a perfect moment. And that's what people miss. They miss the fact that their moments are perfect. And we go back to focusing on what's not going right, what we are waiting to manifest that we don't have yet in our lives. And we're putting all that energy out there. And then when we do that, we start thinking about what we don't have and thinking about what we don't yet have that we're trying to manifest, that we're waiting on. But then your life doesn't feel so perfect because you're focused on things that you don't yet have or things that you're just waiting to manifest. And that causes you to lose sight of the perfect moment. So, number one is I want you to focus on your moments. If in the moment right now, everything is aligned for you, you feel good in your body, you feel good in your mind, the world is okay, you have a full tummy and you've eaten well today, you got to actually watch something on TV you enjoyed, or you talked to a friend that you hadn't talked to in a while, and you just genuinely feel good. That's as far as I want you to take it. That's where I want you to stop. I want you to stop right where you are and just bask in the joy of the moment. So the next thing I want you to do is to start speaking things into existence. I want you to focus on the words that you're saying. And I know that, people always remind you to focus on the good and your words have power and say things like that. But I want you to catch yourself in the moment when you say things as simple as, oh my God, I'm so tired, or I didn't really get enough sleep, or gosh, I can't believe I have to do this. I want you to just reframe the way you're saying things. Even if you didn't get enough sleep, I want you to focus on the fact that you actually got some sleep. Can you imagine having insomnia if you don't already have that? But just imagine what that would be like, to where you cannot sleep at all, where you're literally up for 2 to 3 days at a time and you just can't close your eyes. Do you know that there are people actually living a life like that? So you didn't get enough sleep. Maybe you got 5 hours versus your normal 7 hours. And you just feel a little bit tired. And I'm using this as an example because when I don't get 6.5 to 7 hours of sleep, I don't feel like I've gotten the optimum amount of sleep that I need to fulfill my body and to make me feel the most alert and alive. But that happened to me yesterday. And instead of getting up and saying, oh my gosh, I feel so tired, I only got 5 hours of sleep and I, don't really feel my best today. What I did is I said, I'm so thankful that I was able to get some sleep and I actually feel okay right now. Even though maybe in 5 hours from that point of waking up, I would have felt tired. Instead of focusing on the fact that I didn't get enough sleep, I focused on the fact of how I felt in the moment. Because the minute I woke up, I actually felt pretty good in the moment. And I didn't focus on what was going to come. I didn't use my words to say things negative about the little sleep that I had. Instead, I decided to use my words to be thankful for the fact that I got some sleep and that I knew I was going to be able to get some more sleep later on at night. So I looked forward to being able to go to bed early and not having a bunch of things to do so that I had to stay up late. So all of those things that I said replaced the fact that I just could have focused on all of the negative things that come along with me not getting enough sleep, like only getting 5 hours of sleep and not feeling my best, because I've done that in the past. And all it does is just drains the energy, maybe the little bit of energy that I had at the time for not getting enough sleep. It just drains that. And so I focused on all the good things to come, all the good things in the moment. And the day was actually a really, really great day. I stayed up until like midnight. And today I woke up at like 8 o'clock. So I got extra sleep. I got my full 8 hours. And I feel even better today. Where I really want you to focus on where you are in the present moment and making sure that you're celebrating moments and really giving the attention to the moments that you're in, and understanding that if you're living in a good moment, then that's a positive thing and your life in that moment is perfect. And eliminating the desire to focus on what's not quite right and giving extra attention to that. You want to avoid giving extra attention to anything that could shift your mood or bring you down in any way. So keep your focus on the positive in the moments and highlight those things. Don't magnify what's missing or what you're trying to manifest later down the line. And don't be worried about the fact that if you give too much gratitude and positive energy to what's going on in your moments, that what you're trying to manifest later is not going to show up. Because why would God give it to you or the universe give it to you if you're so happy with your perfect life? So those are the first two things. Focus on the moments. Don't get stressed out about the what's to come and magnifying those things and giving more attention to what's down the line and what you want later down the line. And then the last tip that I just gave you, making sure that you're speaking it into existence, making sure that you're being very careful about your words, how you're saying things, and what you're focused on with your words. Those are the three things that you have to do to live in your perfect life. Everybody is already in a perfect life if you just take inventory of the now and the present moment. So if you're still struggling to believe that your life is perfect or having trouble finding out what is perfect in your life, go to my link below and make sure that you sign up for a 15-minute free consultation, and we can talk about how you can manifest a perfect dream life for yourself, how you can still manifest things, because manifesting is still necessary to make the world go around. We need that manifesting energy to keep things going in the world, in the universe. So manifesting what you want down the line, recognizing that what you already have is perfect. You can do them simultaneously. Like I said, they're absolutely necessary to go together. The more you realize your life is perfect, the more the universe just floods things to you to give you to recognize that are a part of your perfect life. So if you want to experience that and you want more details on how to recognize that in your life, again, sign up for that free 15-minute consultation and let's see what we can come up with together. I can give you a perfect plan for your perfect life. I'm Joanna M. Cameron, and I thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you again next time. Bye for now.